My job is to try to explain what is automated speed enforcement.
From small town to small town.
I'm going to be in Cortez Wednesday, Kit Carson tomorrow.
One company is making a big pitch that's hard to pass up.
I'm not here to sell you anything. My services are at no cost to your municipality.
Emergent Enforcement Solutions says photo radar is a win-win.
With a strong public safety solution, you're going to generate revenue.
Money in the bank, safer roads.
We reduce speeding anywhere between 50 to 70%.
Kills two birds with one stone. Yeah, collect a little bit of money and then slow traffic down.
But we found it's not just a little bit of money. Take the town of Kersey, where its $40 photo radar tickets added up to nearly $1 million collected in just 7 months.
The vendor claims we pay for time to process the tickets, yet data shows a consistent cost of $14 a ticket.
Thanks to that, nearly 2/3 of the money found its way out of Kersey and into the bank account of Emergent Enforcement Solutions, or EES.
I didn't want it to be revenue enhancing where businesses or these companies were coming to Colorado saying, hey, we can make X amount of dollars if we do this.
Businesses making big bucks on photo radar was one of the things Republican State Senator Byron Pelton wanted to avoid when he helped with the law years ago.
We really forced their hand to say, you can't make X amount of revenue from the ticket.
The law says the compensation paid may not be based upon the number of traffic citations. In other words, towns aren't supposed to pay their vendors a cut of each ticket they issue.
I worked on lots of language to make sure we had guardrails that were supposed to be used as safety tools, that's what they were being used as, and not revenue enhancing cameras.
How are those guardrails holding up?
Not well.
Steve on Your Side found these photo radar companies are following that law, but have found creative ways to keep cashing in.
You have to charge an hourly rate because we can't charge a per fee per citation.
Instead of taking a cut per ticket, EES charges an hourly rate. The more tickets Kersey and their customers write, the more hours the company works, and thus the more money the company makes.
How we calculate the hours rendered is based on the citations issued. So that's the way for me to explain it to you. It's always going to be at $14 per citation.
And we found not even the laws of time seem to apply. Take October's invoice for Kersey, a month with just 744 hours. The company billed the town for more than 1,200 hours of work.
Were they charging overtime? Because my goodness, that's a lot of hours.
A different business that works with Wheat Ridge doesn't charge by the hour, but by the number of times it looks up vehicle registrations. $15 every time. Its cameras led to nearly $500,000 in fines, most of which went to their vendor. Wheat Ridge kept only $75,000. The win-win deals with vendors led Hudson and Mountain View to hand over a majority of their revenue too. Pelton says our findings show his guardrails need some reinforcement.
That's the loophole that we're going to have to figure out how we close moving forward.
We sent emails, a text message, and a voicemail to the owner of EES, but we haven't heard back yet. But in other presentations, he has said that $14 pays for things like processing the tickets and mailing them out. And he says that the company puts more work in than the hours they bill for. In Wheat Ridge, much of that revenue went to pay back the cost of the camera infrastructure there, and the rest of what they paid to their vendor pays for processing fees. Pelton says that he hopes to bring his legislation soon. I'm Steve Stager, Steve on Your Side, 9 News.